Hello and welcome to this week's episode of Totally Oblivious. I'm your host, Caleb Perez. I'm here with co-host Alex and our new sound guy, Pichu. No!
See, it didn't work a second time. It really didn't. There was no pizzazz. We're re-recording. Caleb forgot to. Anyway, we are going to start from where we left off.
No,
Rock
we're not.
Girls.
We're not starting off. We have to get to the context. It's spooky season, by the way, if you didn't notice. This episode's releasing the first Monday in October.
Is it actually?
It is.
Oh, fuck. Wait, when's Monday?
The 3rd?
No, it's my mom's birthday. Is it really on the 1st? Or no, is Monday really the 1st? Oh,
well,
shit.
Monday's not the 1st of October, but it's the first Monday in October.
Oh, okay, never mind then.
Yeah,
That just totally
Saturday.
reminded me then. I was like, oh, shit, my mom's birthday's coming up.
But,
Still probably not going to get her a gift, though.
what a jerk.
Nah, I don't believe in birthdays. Not like that.
Okay.
It's like after a certain point, nah, you got money. Go do it yourself. Happy birthday. Here's a steak. I might get her a steak or something.
Get her a
Like
steak. Treat your mom somehow.
I'm probably gonna treat her to fucking going to the Caribbean with my aunt. Probably what's gonna happen. So her birthday present's not gonna be till like next year, the year after that. So
Sure, I guess that's better than a steak.
I won't lie though. I would take a bitch's steak over going to the Caribbean and have them dealing with airplane flights.
Well, I guess it depends on the kind of person you are. I'm not much of a southern traveler kind of person.
Where are you going? Canada?
I'd like to go to New York.
Oh
or
yeah,
Japan.
we had this conversation. Caleb
Yeah.
doesn't like heat.
I don't like heat.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're talking about that. Something about heat, something about yada yada. Spooky season. We're talking about how over last Saturday was National Ghost Hunting Day, and that's pretty much the start of spooky season. And also last Saturday, I was at like a Mexican festival for the radio, and afterwards I met this rock selling girl. I bought some rocks from her.
Apparently, Caleb might have known her as well. If you forget,
Yeah, we might have gone to school with her. I have no clue.
Apparently, she says she's hot. I have to. I don't know.
Val, for context, you're.
Was she
hotter.
really blonde?
Yeah. Honestly, we could get the yearbook and look for her.
Could we? Should we do that?
Not right now. Well, maybe right
What if?
now.
That's
No, I put away all my yearbooks.
really.
Yeah. We'll do that afterwards. But, yeah, and she was telling me about different kinds of rocks and stuff. It was pretty interesting, some of the rocks and their properties. Like, some of them, like, help you sleep better or something. And then she showed me this black, like, just completely black sphere.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, what's this? And she's like, oh, that you use that if you're having demon problems. You need to get rid of demons. And then I said,
Metaphorically or physically? Because
like actual like demons. Well, maybe metaphorically too.
They don't really tell you that on the back of the box,
Where's
right?
the user instructions,
dude. So
those rocks really need some user instructions. But then I asked her if she had a rock that summons demons, and then she said no. But she showed me every single haunted town in Washington.
you have a nice butt.
I didn't look, Val. I didn't look. Anyways, what were we talking about
Before? I think
girls and how you should date a rock girl. And I tried.
Would I date a rock girl?
I tried helping Alex get a rock girl because I asked the girl for her business card,
and Caleb's mom threw it away.
and my mom threw it away. So really, the universe hates Alex.
Always, bro. I've been
I
fighting.
really try to help Alex.
Oh nah! Yesterday I was fighting demons, bro. Is this gonna become a rant episode? Is this when it become?
You can rant for a bit, but we can get a little spooky too.
Well, it kind of was a bit spooky because it involved an episode of Black Mirror, and I just was having a full blown like, not a panic attack, like a crisis. Because I don't know. So it was like a YouTube essay video on the episode where it's basically like, fuck, I wouldn't even know how to describe it. It's really weird now because I'm talking about it, and like the episode involves us, like people like us, so it's really weird.
Idiots or podcasters?
Podcasters, but idiots too.
Oh,
It's like how humans just kind of put themselves into a scenario where fuck. It's good. I don't want to butcher it, but it's like you want your quick needs and everything is super corporate. So basically, people wake up ads, boom, all in their faces, and it's just all like, oh, then I go to work. Apparently their main thing was like they ride bikes for like video game avatars to make them look cooler, but like, you know, the whole thing of like video games don't matter.
I know which one you're talking about.
Okay, so Caleb knows. Maybe if he wants to like bring up like the episode or whatever screenshot or maybe like a title of it, but it's that episode.
You watched all of Black Mirror?
Did you? Did you like it?
No, I haven't watched all. I watched one episode.
Oh yeah, but it's that one where they're just like super. It's one giant like message to like how people just kind of conform to all these weird ass things, and just everything's one giant cycle, and like there's people above you that are just trying to like, or you're just numbers to somebody.
Yeah.
And like the main character has a love interest. The love interest somehow like wins to eventually become like what we're doing. But you know, in her case, she's I'm gonna censor this, a prawn star. She gets forced into being it.
Oh, that's right. Because Now I'm really remembering.
Yeah, and like there's also a message in there like how some women are like, well,
because like he sacrificed like his entire life savings to help her.
Yeah, and then it's just one giant like, to beat the system, you got to be like a part of the system, and how it's a sole individual just can't overcome that, and it just put me into like a giant depression. That's the first time anything has ever done that to me. That's the first time a YouTube video did that to me, because I was just like, fuck, dude. I was going at it. I was like, the joke was the previous episode, like the depths of my mind scare me. Caleb's not wrong when he said that. I kind of
add an extra point to my point tally.
Well, no, because that's a second fear of mine. But like, it's really funny how literally like 2 or 3 days later, it's just like, dude. Because I'm pretty.
Add 2 points to my point tally for predicting the future.
There's this like this self-awareness like I have of myself and how I perceive myself. At least I try to. I don't know. Maybe I'm just kind of showboating when I say that, but it was just like I was kind of viewing it and just like, dude, like we're all in a fucking cycle. We're just numbers to somebody, and it was like it was throwing me off, because while I was watching that, I was literally playing Destiny, just literally burning time for nothing, and I was like. I remember I was in the middle of a Crucible match, and I thought of that idea. I had looked at my hands, and I was like, oh fuck. And from that point on the day forward, I was just in full on like, even now I woke up this morning and I was like, dude, I don't like this. I really it was really fucking me up. It's still fucking me up right now. I'm totally out of it. Like when I was driving here, I was just like, man.
Yeah, when you get in that mindset that you're like, shoot, if I'm not working on something, then like I'm not doing it right. Then it's a scary thing to be in, because then you're in a cycle of never feeling satisfied with just living life.
I think we're just overstimulated and shit like that.
I think so too. Yeah.
Like I know I said this as a joke to you, or probably even in a desperate cry for help, but like going to the woods, I'm being very literal of that. I just don't want to be like
part of like society anymore.
I really don't, dude. Like,
honestly, the way things have evolved society, like the direction that we're going, it's kind of like a crappy direction. Because like even yesterday, I was driving around with my mom. And my niece is having trouble looking for like a place, and she has a whole baby to take care of, and it's like, man, the people are like saying that our generation's like lazy and we don't want to do stuff. We can't afford to do things anymore. It's like we have to live with our parents to be able to survive.
It's really, and I was thinking about it too, like halfway through my rebellious nature and my imaginary powers. I call them powers. I think I am pretty creative when it comes to things. My brain, as a coping mechanism, wanted to go. You know how the dude thing is like the 4 personalities of a dude, and one of them's the hero scenario. Yeah. My brain, in the reaction of me just trying to be like, oh fuck, I live in a cycle, was like, what if you were to have like Superman powers? Blah blah blah. My brain, as a coping mechanism, because I know what it is, I was all like, fuck, dude, I would. I won't lie, and I know how it sounds fucked up, but there is kind of a rebellious like answer to that whole question of getting out of the cycle to break it. Is like, you know, I topple world governments over if I only had in the scenario I gave myself, I'd have a day. In the first hour being Superman, I'd break the whole system down in the first hour.
Honestly, yeah.
And from there, I'd be like, all right, we're fucking changing the things. No more of this. No more of that. Okay.
Honestly,
in the first hour.
No joke. I'd literally, if I was given the opportunity to have the same powers as Sephiroth, I would literally do the exact thing. That
I wouldn't blow people back to the. I wouldn't blow people back to the Stone Age, as I feel like there are some people that it's just unfair to, but the people that are on top making it unfair. That's where I would. I'd go. Basically, I'm a revolutionist at that point. If the FBI is truly looking at me, yeah, put that in my file, baby.
Honestly, I feel like we're super close to like having like another revolution happen because things are like terrible throughout the entire world.
At one point, there's a common theme over human history. When a person is in power and thinks they're in power, at one point there will be a crack for water to leak through, and people are. Oh, this is Jen. We can talk about Jen too.
Jenneth.
Yeah, Jenneth. At one point, it will break. An empire will fall. It will never be consistent. Even in the most fucked up utopian dystopia stories, one person does something and then it just has a trickle effect. I don't know if it'll happen in our time, but at one point, something's gonna break and it will change. Whether or not worst case scenario nuclear armament or get sent back to the Stone Age or something. Best case scenario, somebody loses power and we get a pretty there's a Roman emperor. Because have I brought up the stoicism I'm trying to at least try in my life or no?
No.
So I forgot the Roman emperor, but there is an argumentative quote to the idea that power absolutely corrupts, and the idea is old classic stoicism. So this is basically in some of my philosophy bag. There's classic stoicism is worrying about yourself because you cannot change the opinions of others. So it's all like bringing up the granddad quote from I think the last podcast is you do what you can. That's what the idea of stoicism, classic stoicism is, and I lost my train of thought after I was thinking about that. But it's just, I'm just worrying about myself, trying to do the best I can. And if one point somebody in history figures out they can break down the system, fuck it, full send it, baby. I'm down. Because I don't like being told what to do. I'm a rebellious soul at heart. I think is that I feel like I'm an anomaly. At one point, I remember this saying being said on the Joe Rogan Experience: "Two shitty people can't make a great person." And I wholeheartedly disagree with about that. Because while my parents are not the greatest, I think the greatest sums of their parts have made me into, and this bring back to episode 5 of the podcast, into kind of a badass in terms of my own sphere of influence, I guess. And I'm just here and I'm just trying to exist, I guess. This is my little rant, I guess. I was having a pretty mental battle yesterday and just kind of exfoliating. Exfoliating? Would that even be the right?
We'll go with it.
Exfoliating my problems away, I guess, right now. It got to a point where, funny enough, I was thinking about it so hard at work. I'll say her name. Linda was like, "Hey, you good?" And I was like,
shoot.
Like, it got bad. I'm not joking about this. I was having a crisis where I was like, dude, I'm in a fucking cycle and I'm just a number to somebody. And it was just really bad. You looking at fantasy updates?
No, I was looking at the definition of exfoliate. Yeah.
Probably expedite would have probably been a better word.
I think exfoliate can work.
But I don't know. It was really bad. And going to the whole spooky mood, a lot of people think like that. It's just that whole idea of just being in a cycle, being a number to somebody for somebody more powerful is just, it's really fucked. And another thing too is Twitter was having a, do you know the guys that made Smiling Friends? I think these are the guys that made Smiling Friends. They have a YouTube channel beforehand. And one of them, they were browsing Reddit, and it was the idea that, I'm totally free. But it goes back into the Black Mirror episode. The joke is, it's like it's the Wojak, and it's like Prawn Hub, fast food, blah blah blah. I know how to control my limits, but they're all like fucked up and shit. It was like, oh, and then that started spreading through Twitter while I was watching that Black Mirror episode. I'm like, wow, that's fucking hilarious. On top of that, that's probably made my yesterday for me even worse, because it's like, fuck. It's like the system knows it's fucked, but it can't change itself.
They know. Honestly, we can talk about that today. Just like in general, like fears and like
that is probably one of my fears.
Because
that's my most human fear.
We did kind of touch a little bit on fears in the last episode.
I think we've always tiptoed around it.
But I think we full-fledged dive into fears, like things that just even little things that like.
But even then, okay. Here's the thing about me, and I'm not to be rude to interrupt, but I am a creative. As I've said previously, and I write stories. I not write stories. I'm currently trying to at least flesh one out. I'm trying to make it. I need to write it down more. I just have it in my head. But this is the first story in a while that I have like concrete in my head. I feel like maybe I'm showboating when I say that. Maybe some authors are like, rookie mistake.
Rookie mistake. You have it in your head.
I know.
What a fool.
But for one of my characters, I had it kind of involves that Black Mirror episode in a way where it's like that girl has a crush on him, vice versa, and she just gets thrown into an industry where she's glorified and dignified, and women know it's wrong, but they can't do anything because of the male power hierarchy.
Yeah.
And one of my characters kind of, at least one of them, he's on the opposing side of Metas, I guess, as the character, not me. And he goes to this thing, and as a final word to Metas, as this might not be canon, by the way, it might change if maybe I actually go through with it, is the idea that you're not a system. Don't be in a cycle and don't be in a system. You are your individual self, and do not let higher powers make you pretend like you have unlimited freedom when you don't. And this is probably what helped me yesterday when I thought about this. So this is probably also another coping mechanism, is that I kind of got fired up. Like it is my fear, but then as it's like, I was like, nah, bro, fuck this shit. I got so pumped yesterday at probably near the very end of my day, my work shift. And I was just like, nah, bro. And I just kept on thinking the scenario with Metas and stuff. I was like some fears, this is kind of probably going to, and probably another character I'm going to develop, is that sure, a human fear is a fear for a reason, but sometimes fears can lead into innovation and drive, and that's what I kind of feel like. Because with that fear I had, I was like, you know what? I might be part of the fucking system, but I at least will try to poke the bear and say my thing or two. Because at the end of the day, sure, they might treat you like a number, but a kick's still a kick to the fucking face, bitch. Like, fuck this system.
I mean, that's one thing that I really don't fear too much, is because like sure, I might be screwed over by like the way the world works, but like at the end of the day, I'm still my own person. I still get to make my own decisions when I need to be.
The illusion that you have freedom.
You see, I don't fear that. I do have freedom. I get to do what I want.
Until they start busting down your doors, fucking USSR style. Secret police.
I still get to do it.
Hey, that's the optimism in you. And maybe, I don't know, that's just how my rebellious side acts. It's just all like, is it true freedom?
It's freedom that you had the choice of whether you still get to choose whether or not you pay taxes, but there's consequences.
If
you get to choose whether or not you kill somebody, but there's always consequences to actions.
That is true, unless you kill the consequences, and then you don't have any problems.
Yes, summon a meteor, hit the planet, and there's no problems anymore.
Yes, global ice age.
Yes, let's go.
Yeah, that's another thing too. They blasted a fucking meteor off course.
They did do that.
And nobody gives a fuck about it.
Of course they don't.
It fucking sucked yesterday. That was cool though.
Yeah.
That was super cool. Also, another thing too is speak on the whole fucking like whole existential crisis, is Jupiter was close to the planet yesterday. I don't know. I got tongue tied there. Yesterday, and I took a picture of it, and I thought to myself, and I thought back to an older YouTube video where it's all like light pollution sucks. Like I can't see the full, heavens as in its totality. I'm like, dude, you know how bitching it would be just to look up tonight and just to see all of it in one go. My one of my bucket list things is to go to the Midwest because I only think it's possible there and just see and the best way I could describe it without making it a Futurama reference, God, just like the whole heavens would be really cool. I don't know. I just wanted to be an individual yesterday and not a number.
You really just have to, if you want to see the stars, you just have to go out anywhere where there's a little remote area. Like going out in the middle of the forest, you'll see a lot more stars.
No, but I want to see. I like those time lapses, those videos where it's just you can see like the rest of the galaxy.
Those aren't just taken to the Midwest though.
Well, I just want to see that. That's what I want to see. But going to the Midwest is also part of my bucket list. I'd like to at least go to the other side of the American continent.
Sure. Yeah, I mean,
I've been to the Pacific. I'd love to be the Atlantic. So
East side seems like a cool place.
We're walking here. We don't fucking say that here.
We don't actually talk like that.
It was fucking funny. I love that video.
So stupid.
Dude, nah. Yesterday was a struggle, like I said again, but I don't know. That's just one of my fears, but another one, I don't know. Maybe that's a new one I've developed as I've gotten more conscious as I've adulted. Like, I'm just like, oh God, this is you. All of you people chose this. Mm-hmm. Somebody in the past really said you should work for me, and right there, the downfall of humanity. In that one swift moment of just saying
the one
yes.
decision.
Actually, it's probably multiple people saying yes, but it's just like, wow.
Yeah. But I don't know. Did you ever have like fears? Like what are your like minor fears? Like I know like as a kid, like kid fears.
I think spiders, but I can't remember. The only time I've really ever creeped the fuck out might have been just a night terror I had that I think is now a memory. As when I was a kid, I was in the bathroom taking a shower. No, I was taking a shower, and I had for whatever reason opened the blinds, and there's just this 24 by 24 fucking inch orange spider, and I ran. Yeah, the moment as an adult I realized I don't think that's possible. That's a Jurassic level size spider.
That's a massive spider.
Yeah, and then I had
that's 2 feet by 2 feet.
I know. I had ran out of the bathroom butt ass naked as a kid, and this is in my aunt's house. She's like, "What are you doing naked? There's a fucking spider in the bathroom!" And I just remember this vivid like image of both my parents staring at the spider when my dad has a fly swatter at this 24 by 24 fucking foot. Or inch spider.
It got bigger?
It got bigger. No, but this like big ass spider. And I knew that was definitely probably either my kid mind imagined it bigger, but it's just, as I was younger, spiders were kind of my thing. As I've gotten older, I'm all like, look at you. Small.
Pathetic.
Look at me. I could kick you if I wanted to.
Honestly, I think the only like
maybe snakes too to a certain degree, but I think that's with all primates.
Interesting. I never feared
because you have to tech around them. You have to get them by the tail.
You have to tech around them.
Yeah. I haven't figured that out yet. I don't know the tech around them.
I think the only thing I really feared as a kid was like the Gremlins. You watched the Gremlins, the movie?
You know what? No, I have not watched a full. I've only watched ever clips of it or memes. I've never watched a full Gremlins movie.
See, as a child, I was ostracized by my family for being afraid of that. But the more people I've met in the world, the more people that seem to agree that those things are scary.
Yeah, they were kind of creepy.
Like even one of the YouTubers I watched was like, how old is he? Like 38, Max dude, and he's like talking about the Gremlins being added to multiverses, and he's like, yeah, those things are terrifying as a kid. And I was like, even he thought so, and he was older when that movie came out.
Those things were weird.
But
they're literally weird.
That was literally like the only thing, like petty thing that I was scared of as growing up.
Your fears rapidly change as you get older. I think it's definitely part of just growing up.
I never got the childhood fear of being afraid of the dark.
Neither did I. I was never scared.
When I had to sleep in my room, I used to have the hall light on,
Mm-hmm.
but then my brother Cliff would just always close the door. And the way like my door works is if you close it, it like seals off all light. So I was just in pitch darkness every single night.
Not until I moved here to Moses, where I started sleeping in the dark permanently.
Really?
Yeah, I used to have a nightlight.
Wait, that means you're like 12.
No,
Seriously.
No, I wasn't scared of the dark, but I was just so used to having a nightlight, and then because it was just a lamp. Honestly, it wasn't really a nightlight; it was a literal fucking lamp, and I just had the lamp on. But at one point, I just was all like, "Fuck it,
I don't want it anymore."
It broke. No, it was in a different room, and I was just like, I'm too lazy to grab it. Fuck it. I've just been sleeping in the dark ever since.
Yeah.
Well, it's kind of therapeutic.
Yeah, I mean, now it's like whatever.
Yeah.
Going in the darkness, but it seems a lot more people are afraid of just like random little things that you wouldn't typically like. Ghost videos scare everybody except for me. Like watching Nuke's Top 5 and like the Ghoul Boys. I watched that.
Nuke's Top 5 is so fucking stupid, dude. He's just grabbing random ass clips, bro.
But it's fun to watch. I like watching those.
I guess.
I like watching anything spooky just because I think it's the adrenaline of spooky stuff that makes you
because you get a slight dopamine.
It's like, whoa,
it's like, I'm not supposed to be watching this, but I'm gonna watch it.
Is that a real ghost? Definitely not. But man, isn't it cool to imagine if that was real?
Yeah, it's just the jump scares and stuff. That's why people like it. It's the rush of just being in a survival or a horror scenario, but you're not actually gonna die.
Yeah,
it's that rush.
I think that's more like video games, but like with
I think those kind of still apply
with videos
to
on
to
the
videos.
internet. I guess you get the experience that somebody else was in danger, and you're like, well, I'm fine though.
Yeah.
I get to watch
I think
else
as of
in danger.
I've gotten older, the one childhood fear that's kind of grown into its own is that whole like mystery thing. Like I've said, I think episode 2, the Finders, that whole shit. That scenario is still
Episode
real.
4.
What is it? Episode 4 is kind of like the more grander like. No, that's not some ghoul in the forest. That's somebody in power.
Yeah, like
doing shit.
Actual people are the most terrifying thing in the world.
Yeah.
Like I always say, I hate serial killers, but like some of the things that those people have done, it's like terrifying. You're like, how could a human mind perceive what they just did? Like they're making another who is it, Jeffrey Dahmer documentary that they keep making documentaries on.
Women just have a weird fucking fascination.
It's so I think it's this, like they're so afraid of somebody like that they just submit themselves. That's what I've heard. Like it's like Stockholm syndrome, except you never went through the trauma. Like they like fantasize over being put in like a scary situation.
Wait, when's Serenity supposed to be on the podcast?
Next episode.
We're gonna ask her why women fantasize about murder.
It's just interesting.
Yeah,
it's like it's varying levels because like just people in general will.
It's more out of the story and the history of them. It's not the actual killing.
But then some people are like, "Oh man, I sure hope the next Jeffrey Dahmer doesn't kidnap me or anything.
Yeah, fuck me and kill me."
It's like why would you want that?
It's kind of like
I think it stems from like that, like an inner primordial fear that you think like you can please the person and then you won't die, and then you can be like, I'm a survivor of a scary situation. But like
a little bit, yeah.
A lot of people are just kind of screwed up in the head though. At the same time,
a little bit. I think it's I don't know the psychology of it. My pants keep on riding up on me. I'm in an awkward spot. My bad. But it's just all like, I don't know, dude. Like that's just a weird. Is that like a thing?
It's a thing.
No, not a thing. Like a thing. Like, is that a new thing, or has this been?
It's been around for a while because I watch another podcast called That's Why We Drink, and they talk a lot about like unsolved mysteries or like murder things.
Well, more about the fascination of just of trying to I'll say how it is, the gross romanticization of serial killers.
They do talk about that though. That's what I was going to get at. On that podcast, they talk about how like when was like the first killings that were like public, like made public? Was that like in the 60s, 70s?
Like in America or like
yeah, like.
Well, we can go into the whole grand
pretty
conspiracy theory of the CIA and the FBI fucking with drugs and just saying, "Hey, I'm going to let you loose on the public."
That's a different thing.
But it was I think post, like I've said previously in most podcasts, the Cold War era is just fucking nuts.
Yeah,
like in human history. Once we started developing nukes, it was everything can be turned into a
everything was fair game.
Everything was fair game. Drugs, people, psychology, weapons, chemicals, everything was fair game.
But like they pretty much talk about this. Like in the 60s, there's like serial killers who like killed children and women in horrible ways. But
we have like the most serial killers out of like any country.
Oh yeah.
I find it very suspicious. Why?
I don't know. But like they'd say that women would like send them like they had a fan base. They're like the first V2 or like YouTubers. They're like, "Hey guys, welcome to my
first stands." No,
it's so weird though, because
is that only girls though? Do guys do it?
With guys, it's less often because I think there's like less women serial killers than men serial killers.
But I've never met a guy that romanticizes.
Well,
like,
I think it's the power thing, because like men are put into like a position of power in society. Mm-hmm. So when a woman sees like a man who committed these atrocities, and they're like, it's like pre-programmed in their mind by society that they're like, this is a powerful man, and they're like, or what they say on the podcast is they're like, it's the I can change this person like idea.
Oh, I fucking love that meme. I can change him. Nah, bro, I want her to change
someone's face.
It's like, nah, dude. It's such an interesting
I think
phenomenon.
I think it definitely stems from like an inner fear of like a flight or flight scenario. Flight or flight. No,
it's not flight or fight. It's flight. It's fight or fuck. That's what it is.
Yeah.
No, flight, fight, fuck.
Yeah, that's
I know. I can't run away. Pull down his pants.
It's like, well, maybe if I become his love.
Well, maybe no. I think that might still fit under flight, though.
I think so. Yeah.
Because you're just trying to appease the anger.
Yeah.
So
Stockholm syndrome does some crazy things.
It's like I said, post Cold War era. Once people started figuring out what fucking people are, and just like the aftermaths, the after effects of just, well, we figured out what we can do with these people. Go live a normal life. Because there was an interview on top of that that Black Mirror essay video. I was watching stuff on like LSD experiments, and like those people would be brought under those experiments, and they'd just be like, all right, well, we're done with you, leave. And they'd just be like,
bye.
Huh? What? And they can't like express their emotions anymore. Like they have like hard times. Like that clock has gone off 3 times as we've recorded this. I've recorded this. It's like a what is this, a Stranger Things episode? But no, it's like they can't express anything anymore because they're just so fucked because of it. Because the experiments were just so crazy. It's just like, wow. It probably is unironically an answer to why there's so many like fucked up people. Well,
definitely druggies for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Serial killers are a different thing though, because a lot of that.
You did not know about.
A lot of that stems from their home life though. If you look at any like how I
think it's exaggerated. It's all like, oh, their home life was pretty bad. Well, take all these drugs and I'm going to put you in horrendous conditions and then just let you leave. Like it magnifies it. It just fucks them up, I think, is what it is.
Well, there's also another thing too. They could have mental illness beforehand, and
that is true.
They turn to drugs because the drugs
and it magnifies that.
It's just the human mind just delves so deep into itself, and it just seems to always go to horrible places.
Like it's just really weird. It's like an example Kobe brought up the other day when we had him on. It's like I can like right now, like I can have an intellectual conversation with you explaining why people are fucked up and like our greatest achievements, and then all of a sudden I'm all like, blueberries. Or like or on the flip side of that, I can start thinking about how I'm just a cog in the system. Like the human mind is in some cases is just really fucking bizarre. It can start thinking about itself, and then one moment, sex or food. Like it's so weird. Being a person's so weird. That's another fear I have. Me, just existing.
You.
Like
Colby actually had a question for you, not to cut you off, but yeah, he wants to know if you fear being perceived.
What do you mean? What's the context here?
Because like
on YouTube,
just like
like other people's opinion of me.
Yeah, like more in his example, he was talking about being perceived by a potential
love interest.
Yeah,
I've always a young kid, on top of trying to be nice, it was always like, I don't want people to look down upon me or like as like a bad person, because that's what my mom tried to instill in me. Always try to be the nice kid, and it's worked. But sometimes when I hear somebody say, "Oh, he didn't do this right," or blah blah blah, it does hurt my feelings.
Yeah.
But after like an hour or two, I go full macho mode and say, "Fuck him."
I do what I want.
Yeah, no. At one point, thanks to probably YouTube, I just don't give a fuck about people's opinions. Like, sure, I'll try to be a nice guy and try to make Caleb have a good opinion of me in this scenario, or maybe even Colby. But I'll just be like, hey, if they don't like me, fuck it, I don't care. I'm doing my own thing. Go fuck off or something.
Yeah.
But when it comes to like a romantic interest, yeah, it's a little bit more like, oh damn, I can't really say fuck off when I have when my brain's all like, I think they look pretty.
Pretty.
So it's a little bit different when it comes to that, but like not even when I was talking about that, but like the perception of just existing is kind of more of my thing.
Just
it's all like
you being an individual on this plane of existence.
Yeah, that's usually what more I think of more of the time, just because it's really weird. Like I in terms of like bringing into religion about this, it's like, is life one just is there intelligent creation, or is this one giant fucking cosmic joke of just me being just an intelligent creature thinking that there is some grander plan and just I'm some cog in the machine, or is just the universe just having a really nice fucking two line punchline for some joke it has? Like, look at me, I'm grand, I can make stars, I can make planets. Look at this little fucking idiot thinking it matters. What a fucking
what
joke.
A fool.
What an idiot.
I don't know.
It's kind of like that.
It's so weird though, because I like most of your fears. I distinctly think the opposite. I'm like,
because I'm always thinking that's what it's always been. It's a long time coming from this, because as a kid I've always liked stories. I've always philosophy and the higher ideas like that have always been my thing. I think in our scenario as friends is like we're opposites, but it's like the one quote where like an intelligent man won't be able to fully fulfill themselves in life because they'll always be questioning, compared to a dumbass who will just be doing things.
Just does his thing.
It's kind of like that. At least how I personally feel like. That's just how I be thinking, bro. This is what it is. It's been a thing I've always grown up to be, and then it just becomes like that, I guess.
Well, I mean, I have thought about that before, but I just came to the conclusion that like no matter what happens, I just die. So
that's another thing too.
It really doesn't matter.
That's a new idea that's sprouting up in my head. It's just like, dude, I'm gonna fucking die one day. Like I have to full send it eventually. Like at one point, I'm gonna have to walk up to a girl. Dude, at this point, dude, I just want to go to Seattle to a bar when I'm 21 and just be like this. All right, I'm here to do two things: either you fuck me, or I buy you a drink and you fuck me. That's it. I'm just laying it out flat for you. This is how it's gonna be. You down? Yes or no?
And
if you
Alex
say no,
got
I'm just gonna move down.
women.
Actually, apparently it works. I've heard stories where guys will go into bars and be like, "Attention, everybody! I'm looking to fuck. Anybody down?"
Ding, ding, ding. Attention, all ladies. I would like to have sex with you. Would you like to have sex with me?
At some points, it does work.
Hear ye, hear ye. I'm very lonely.
This is consent to the entire room. Like it's like an episode of fucking, not an episode. Whatever. Never mind. Joke. That joke was gonna fucking fall.
Big burly guy named Jerry in the back's like, okay.
I said women.
Oh,
men. That's Tuesdays.
That's Tuesdays.
Wait, today is Tuesday. Oh
no,
Jerry. But no, it's just weird. Existing is weird.
In a sense, yeah.
Yeah, and another thing too is I thought about it right now since we're talking about it. It's I found something very interesting right now is when humans try to find meaning in something,
Mm-hmm.
in the anime world, I guess, is like sometimes there isn't meaning to anything. Because in fucking Evangelion, I'm not gonna say the fucking full name, is they'll use Christianity as like symbolism.
Yeah.
But the director of the show and stuff is like, no, I just put that shit in just because it looked cool.
No, I just wanted to.
Yeah. So it's all like the idea of we might make up deities and gods to find meaning in it, but is there actually something there? Actually? Or is it just something we just use as a massive, giant coping mechanism to find meaning in ourselves?
Well, does it work?
No, because I'm not thinking about it like that.
Well, maybe it doesn't work for you, but it works for other people.
That is true. It's just I just thought
It only really matters to the individual at the end of the day.
That is true. I think this episode is going to be deep thoughts
Deep thoughts.
with Alex or Caleb or something like that.
No, because we're talking about how we're afraid.
Well, the deep thoughts kind of go into that whole psychology aspect of it. It's just weird. The human mind.
The human mind creates its own fears at the end of the day,
which I think has its advantages and disadvantages, but sometimes it's just over encumbering.
It works for authors, but
it
for
does.
the average everyday Joe, you get anxiety.
Yeah, I think I've slowly developed it as I've gotten older.
Mm-hmm.
As a kid, I didn't really think of it, but as a kid, I said I'm never gonna get that. Adulthood, fuck.
Oh no.
Oh no.
I don't know. Honestly, I've just grown more lazy as time's gone on.
I don't want to do that. I don't want to be lazy. At one point, I do want to plateau, but I want to plateau on good like laziness, not like damn. I don't want to start my day lazy. Like I just went through hell and back. Now I'm gonna be lazy, kind of idea.
Makes sense.
I kind of want Wendy's though. I haven't ate.
What? I thought you got Wendy's when we got Wendy's.
No, Andrew was asleep. I was gonna get him when he texted me right now.
You fool.
Truly.
For
real.
Well, have you had any nightmares recently?
No, not recently.
No, not recently.
Well, oh no. Well, other than the goat one I talked about like an episode.
That's not really a nightmare. That's
this is
a dream.
No, I have, like I said, we've confirmed it. Little Caesars late at night will give me nightmares.
Yes.
But no, I have not had any Little Caesars. No. Any about you?
Nightmares are interesting for me because if I do dream, most of the time it is going to be a nightmare. I've had quite a few nightmares. Even as a child. I could run through quite a few of them. I've had one of the first nightmares I've ever had was there used to be this old truck back here, and it was just always kind of like abandoned. One of those 1930s, 40s trucks. And I had a nightmare one night.
Did I bring my wallet?
Did you bring your wallet?
I did. It's in my pocket.
I had a nightmare one night that I got trapped inside of it, and it was just driving full speed down the highway. And there's like a demon in there just trying to keep me stuck inside the
Highway to Hell. Were you listening to AC/DC?
No, my childhood brain probably couldn't have comprehended that song, but ever since that point, though, we referred to it as the monster truck, and then it disappeared one day, and we don't know what happened to it.
What do you mean? What? What do you mean it just disappears? A fucking rusty truck doesn't just disappear.
It was gone.
Like, was it yours or like?
No, it was the
family's?
neighbors.
Oh, never mind then, I guess.
They probably just sold it.
Yeah, I was about to say it. Like
to a child, it was like, oh, it's gone.
Whoa.
It disappeared.
Bridge to Terabithia looking ass.
It was there one memory, and then it's gone.
Whoa.
Also, there's a lot of weird things as a child, because my mom used to like to take us to like Goodwill, and there's always be just like these random used toys, and sometimes we'd buy them. And I remember two in particular that I had nightmares about. One was like a gorilla, and it smelled.
You racist?
It always smelled heavily of cigarette smoke. And we had this one for a while, but I had a nightmare that the gorilla came to life and started like strangling me, and I couldn't scream for help.
What the fuck is wrong with you? You're 5. Why are you dreaming about this shit?
I don't know, but there's another nightmare that happened in the same vein where we found this teddy bear from Goodwill, and it had a cross on it, and they always smell like cigarette smoke. But I had a nightmare that teddy bear was trying to kill me, and like I swore that bear would move when you weren't looking at it, because we'd have it in one spot and then it'd be somewhere else like the next moment, and eventually it just disappeared, and I don't know what happened to it. It was pretty much like after I had that nightmare, I woke up and it was just gone.
I don't know. I don't think I've ever had nightmares like that.
No?
No. I guess maybe it just speaks to how we think, but mine have always been like deep. There's never been a nightmare I've had where it's like I think I brought this one up. I think I classify it as a nightmare. That whole like my room being like crystal white and that lady just laying on top of me in a sexual style. It's just being really weird. Like I was trying to figure out who she was, but she never let me.
Very interesting.
That's the only recent one I remember. I consider that one a nightmare because I think she was kind of choking me out with the blanket on top of me, but it's just like I don't really get it.
Yeah, I
and then on top of like the Doomslayer-esque ripping people apart.
See, I've had dreams like that too. I don't know if I mentioned on the podcast, but this is when I just got my new car. But you crashed it. I had a dream somebody, like one of the crackheads, like scratched it or like stole it or something.
That's what they did though.
And I just hunted them down for like a day straight and then literally killed them.
Jesus H. Jesus.
But I honestly had very scarce nightmares from the time I had the teddy bear one trying to kill me. And then it wasn't until like it was high school I finally had another nightmare. But this one was weird. It was like a 3 different separate story nightmare. Where one was
it's a 3-parter.
It was a 3. Well, it was like those like 3 stories to tell in the dark kind of thing. But the first story in my nightmare was this like high school girl was like her dad like would baby her and she was like a daddy's girl, and then eventually she was like with her friends and she was like, "Dad, I'm not a baby anymore. You don't have to stop treating me like this." And then the dad was like, "Okay, daughter."
And then proceeds to kill them all.
Pretty much, yeah. Like like her high school friends progressively like go missing throughout the rest of the year. And she's like, what's happening?
Reverse Bruce Banner scenario.
She discovers like a secret passage to like a room that her dad's like keeping all her high school classmates, and they're like, he had like this obsession with like treating his daughter as like a doll, and like he started dressing up like the dead high schoolers however he wanted and like playing with them.
You're just describing a really like an A24 like fucking movie here.
It was super weird. It ends where like the girl like kills her dad and just like leaves, and she's like,
roll credits.
What the heck? Yeah, and then there's another one.
Imagining her in first person or like?
It's like second person.
It's so weird to describe second person.
Second person is super weird, but like that was the perception is like second person.
Isn't second person when you view yourself through somebody else's lens? It's not third person. It's really weird.
It's super complicated. I guess I could
because it happens in Spider-Man Shattered Dimensions in a mission. It's the second time it's ever portrayed. It's really weird. Because I think that's how it works. Third person is when you view yourself, and then second person is when you view yourself through another person's first person.
Okay, so the second person point of view is the narrator addresses the reader as you.
Say that again?
Let me see if I can find a better second person point of view. Oh my gosh, why can't I just have it? Why can't I? Why
when Google doesn't give you the straightforward answer?
No. I think it's like.
I think I'm describing her.
I think it's like when you're the character
and somebody else is viewing you.
Yeah.
Or it can be the narrator.
Yeah.
I think because that's how the Shattered Dimensions mission with Craven is. It's really weird. It rarely ever shows up.
But that's how that dream was. And then the second part of the dream was like, I don't know if it was us or if it was like random people who were lost in like a forest, and there's like a bunch of like like the gangliest looking like shadow demons you could possibly like.
Gangly shadow demons.
Like the like kind that like the ones that you look at and you instantly get the chills like when somebody like draws it and you're like, oh. Whoa. It was like those in the forest. And I don't remember how that one ends. And then there's a third one that I don't remember. But it inspired me to want to write scary stories after having that one.
That's usually what happens. Is, that happened to the Xenoverse. Xenomorph creator. He has a really fucked up, really metal dreams. A lot of sex involved too. Like that's how he came up with some of the Xenomorph designs. The reason why they look oddly female, or at least female-esque with their body shape, is because they're all supposed to have titties. So yeah, Xenomorph Queen, the Hive. So you start to see the influence. Yeah, but he was only ever the character designer. Probably the story writer was all like, all right, I'm going to write that down for later.
It's weird. Dreams never really emphasize fears, though. They bore like
random fucking bullshit.
Pretty much, it's like your mind trying to comprehend like something that's in your brain that is like stuck back there.
Wow. But it's weird. Like I said, the human mind is diabolical.
Yeah.
Because it can comprehend so much shit, but it's like, why though? What's the point?
Why do you comprehend this?
Yeah. Why do you? I keep on thinking about it. It's just one giant joke. There's no way. There's no fucking way. It's not just one giant fucking joke. Look at what the universe is and what it does and like the physics and all of that, and just look at a mortal being and being like, it doesn't matter for you, you goofball, get fucked, loser. It's so weird, and like you just have to sit there and just be like, wow, I'm just some itty bitty thing in a sea of a lot of plasma, scientifically speaking.
Well, I keep going.
I know, it's just so weird.
Anyways, I guess that's the end of the fear segment.
Bro, I'd fuck up a box of Cheez-Its up right now.
Did you eat my Cheez-Its last time?
I had like a handful.
I had a box of Cheez-Its that I was saving for a special movie night or
I had a handful. I don't know what you're talking about. Somebody else fucked them up.
I go to the pantry and I'm like, where's my Cheez-Its? I had no snacks.
You didn't have the Cheez-Its? I put the box back. That means somebody fucked it up.
I think I ate like one Cheez-It out of that entire box, and somebody ate all my Cheez-Its
when he was drinking here.
Somebody ate all my Cheez-Its.
I had one handful.
So mad.
I had one handful.
So mad.
Because I had the honeycombs, and then I moved on to the Cheez-Its, and I was like, I don't want the Cheez-Its. So I had the one handful, and I put them back.
Honestly, I don't know how you poop.
I poop regularly, bro. Just get your fiber in.
You don't eat fruits. How do you poop?
I eat fiber bars, bro.
I guess.
Like, you don't need fruit. There's so many things you get else from. Like, I poop fine.
Sure.
Okay, I don't know where you're judging me.
I'll let you believe that.
I'm not fucking keeling over and dying when I try to take a shit. Like, I feel fine. It's like I shit down.
Well, there you go.
That's true.
I'd hope it wouldn't go up.
That actually is a medical issue some people actually face.
We've seen this in the Harvest bathrooms in the hospital.
Only the women's though. I've never really met a man with a really bad case. But I'm fine diet wise. I eat a lot of meat and stuff.
Sure, Alex.
Maybe I've been recently trying to cut down on sweets. It's just mostly soda I'm getting my sugar from now. Except for yesterday, I had like two little of those mini Milky Ways.
Those are delicious.
I've gotten older. I won't lie. Milky Ways kind of do go hard.
They do.
Yeah, I don't like Snickers though anymore and Twix.
Really?
They make my teeth hurt. I don't know why. It's the only chocolate that's making my teeth hurt. It's the
Caramel?
it's the back of my teeth. And I know it's the chocolate. Because I've had other things with caramel and they don't do anything to me. So I don't know if it's why it's those two brands. Those used to be my favorite.
Those are good.
And now it's just kind of evolved.
I just like eating normal chocolate now. Just like
I like dark chocolate though now.
Oh yeah, dark chocolates.
I'm one of those weird people and stuff. I'd like to have some like a fucking Hershey's bar, like dark chocolate with almonds in it. I'm also a whore for almonds. Not salted almonds,
Almonds are
though.
good.
Not
Almonds
salted.
are good.
Not salted though. My lips start to get all like. I think I'm allergic to salted almonds because my lips will get all puffy.
I don't know if combinations like that make you.
No, it's that's the only one that will ever do it.
I don't know.
It's when those two activate, my lips get all poofy.
I don't like eating Honeycrisp apples. Like everybody says those are the best apples, but they make my cheeks burn.
I'm not a real big apple guy. I'd rather get an orange.
It's the weirdest thing though, because I eat every other apple and it's fine, but a Honeycrisp always makes my cheeks burn.
Could be the inhuman wax they put on it to make it last longer.
The wax.
Could be. Could be. I'm not lying.
That's why I like buying organic. I know people make fun of organic, but honestly,
I wanna have a farm when I'm older, or like a little like a self farm, or like there's a word for it. I'd rather use the fishies. It's not an aquarium.
Fishies?
Yeah, they use fish poop to hydrate their plants and stuff.
Oh,
I forgot the name of it though. I
don't know, but
one day I'll do it.
About.
I want to do that. I want to have like some. I think you can have carp in it. I think you can, and just have that. And just get some. It's probably mostly going to be potatoes from me though. Probably tomatoes, maybe some broccoli, but broccoli is just I think baby cabbage, right? Because apparently a lot of things are just inbred of something bigger. I think eggplants. It's like what eggplants, cabbages,
strawberries are definitely a lot different than they used to be.
That is true.
They're like hybrid between different strawberry-like plants from around the globe. Eventually turn into a big strawberry that we know today.
Yeah, watermelon's weird like that too. I want to try to cube the watermelon. It probably doesn't taste any
Japanese
different.
Watermelon,
but probably when you eat it, you start you probably start hearing the Minecraft noise. No, I was thinking more of the mic.
And the spiders start going.
Fucking get teleported. You eat that shit, bro. I wonder if you ever get high on LSD and you just start fucking just seeing square shit. Like, yo! You look at the Minecraft blocks. You start placing that shit like. It's probably not picking up on the mic. Minecraft's so fucking goofy, dude.
Minecraft is goofy.
But I love it.
Honestly,
it's so fun.
Yeah.
So it's the reason why it's number one.
I think it's more fun for kids.
It is because you just spawn into a world and you just do whatever the fuck you want.
But also, I feel like that it also has a downside. It made kids terrible at games.
What do you mean?
Kids are awful at games nowadays.
I doubt that, dude. I've met some cracked ass kids.
Every
on
child
video games.
I've met play games sucks
because all of them are 5. Once they start hitting the 7 to 12 range, that's when they get cracked.
That's when they're the worst.
No, I've met fucking 7 to 12-year-olds in fucking Fortnite lobbies doing fucking combos like it's fucking a fighting game, dude. I'm like, God damn, you building crazy. And I fucking met another guy on Destiny 2 with his brother, and his fucking brother's smacking it out. The Crucible, dude. I'm like, God damn. How old is he again? Oh, he's 11. I'm like, oh shit, I guess. Put him on the put him on the fire team. Get some ass in Crucible. I'm fucking bottom fragging because I'm on PC and I don't got no aim assist. So I'm like, damn, kids are cracked.
Sure.
And then I know a few that play Apex like that too. I know some meaty ass kids, bro.
I guess you found the top tier of kids.
I probably did.
The few kids who are actually talented.
I've yet to find a fighting game kid like that though. Yet I've always met
I don't think those are far between.
There was one that did Evo like that.
Oh yeah, there's like a 12-year-old Smash player who's like winning tournaments like crazy.
That's just weird. Those child prodigies are so fucking funny because eventually they'll be like, yeah, I'm super good at the game. They stop playing for 2 years. I'm fucking ass.
Oh no.
Fucking hilarious.
No, they just
every time.
Streamers.
They can, but that whole streaming world's fucking fucked up too.
Yeah. Well, what is it?
I love when people get mad at Pokimane. Oh my god, she said the N-word. She's black. I love that joke.
Is she?
Yeah, she's Moroccan.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, love it every time. Every time they get mad at her, it's just all like, friendly fire is enabled, you fools. You're getting mad at your own people.
People just like talking about Pokemon.
Oh yeah, all the time. Those new pictures of her though, every time they're like, she's like, maybe I was wrong. I'm like, yeah, I fucking thought so, you dumb bitches.
The what?
It's like when she like poses for Twitter or something.
Oh.
She does her hair and stuff. When she does, when she's been recently trying her more natural hairstyle out, which I prefer. That's just the hair I like on women in general. So I'm like, all right, I guess you fit into my categories now. You're a little bit better.
You like curly haired women?
I do. Oh no, is it curly or wavy?
That's definitely curly, Alex.
Well, I think both for me work. I do like wavy hair and curly hair because.
Wait, are we still talking about Pokemon?
You bastard. There's another fear of my childhood that still lingers, but it's it's just, hey, if you got a wavy haircut and they're sending lesbian allegations against you, just fuck them, man. You look bad as fuck. I don't really care. Like I don't care about that. That's just like so goofy to me now. Like who gives a fuck? It's your own style and shit.
Yeah, wear your hair.
Yeah. I think, hey, some white girls will realize that straight hair isn't the only hair you can have.
That is true. Take that from somebody with curly hair whose hair stabs into his eyes.
Sometimes. I've just always parted it like this. That's always what I've done. My hair naturally just goes in a wave. It starts here and then it just goes.
My hair after high school said, you're to grow me out.
Ow.
Yeah.
No.
That's my life now.
No, truly it is. Every day I just see you with your hair. It's just like, what are you doing with that, bro?
Well,
how long is this podcast?
It's an hour.
Really?
Yeah.
We just kind of just been chilling. This is the bros episode. Every time we do these, it's just, how's life?
How's life?
I always like these
Alex
ones.
is depressed most of the time.
Well, no, it's just yesterday was a bad day, bro, and I just,
Dude,
bro.
it seems like you have
On top of that,
it seems
bro,
like you have a lot of bad days.
every day is a bad day if you start thinking about it
So,
long enough. No,
yes.
another thing too is my fucking microphone, not my microphone, my fucking amplifier for my microphone fucking bugged down my recording, and it's just fucking fucked my whole day up too. Well, but that was the day before yesterday, so it was just all like, man, well, not a good. It hasn't been a good past 2 days. Fucking sucks.
It's fine.
But I figured out how to make my audio sound better. I was fucking around with some shit and I was testing some stuff and I was like, okay. Aside from the amplifier, I did get a positive out of this for other videos. I do plan to make what's today's date?
27th.
I plan to either record or at least do some analysis stuff on a King Crimson video, and I think my audio and stuff is going to be pretty good. I think a lot of people are going to like that video. So. Also, it's one of my favorite bands, too, so I have an excuse to be like, music time!
I like music.
I do. Oh, dude! Before the podcast ends, we had that whole segment. Maybe if you want to cut it out, if it was too boring for you. Speaking about music, to make it more positive, Japanese city pop or night pop. Bro, there is a whole genre of 80s music that goes fucking dummy. Even though I don't understand what they're saying, it sounds really good.
Yeah. Music's something that breaks barriers, defies
I was just
country borders.
I was fucking jamming, bro. I think honestly, this might be a controversial opinion here. Japanese jazz over blues jazz, or just that. I'm gonna be 100% honest. I'm a jazz enthusiast. I think the Japanese know how to fucking play it. I think this is the one time in history where I say, black people, I think you need to sit down here. I think the Asians got this one.
Ooh, I don't know.
I think so, bro. They know how to fucking go down.
Those dudes in New Orleans really got it going.
I don't know, bro.
But I mean, those Japanese soundtracks always go hard.
They fucking go dummy, dude. Also, their hip hop too. I like the 2000s hip hop of some of those artists in Japan. I don't know. That's another thing I've been listening into. I've found I'll probably play for some after the podcast, but that's another thing I've been getting into is just some of those more. I've gotten so saturated with American music. I'm all like, what are they doing in Russia or like Asia or something, bro?
What you guys doing? That's funny too, because when I was at that Mexican festival on Saturday, they're playing all this like mariachi stuff while I was there, and I was like, you know what, these people they're it's good. I really like
a lot of it's
his music's pretty good.
A lot of old school Mexican music. Surprisingly, when my grandparents tell me to turn that, that fucking what's it? Oh, there's a word for it, but it's like, oh, it has bad language and stuff. But one of the songs I recently found out that my grandpa listens to is about if you're Mexican, you'll know what song I'm talking about. It's by I don't know. I think I'm gonna pronounce his last name wrong, or no, his first name. I think it's is it Lo or Lola? Hold up, give me a second. I'm gonna say his name. Lalo Rodriguez. If I'm pronouncing it wrong, the Mexicans will definitely correct me. My own people will put me on pitchforks. But no, like he has his most popular song is him like talking about a woman or dreaming of a woman that will literally gives the most craziest top. Insane. Like he's just going into it like this girl's fucking devouring me below the belt, bro. Holy shit. And like he's just going super crazy about it. And then I look over to my grandparents like, and I can't listen to the rap of gangbanging while you're listening to a literal porno song. I can't listen to
a man complain about the trivial life of society.
I can't listen to Nirvana, but you can listen to this.
I can't believe it.
I know. It was really funny. Music's been kind of another coping mechanism for me for a little bit. So
music's always good.
Music is one day we got to get a guitarist on or somebody. Like I think once we get to a big enough platform, we're almost at 100 subs. We're like 15 away.
We're very close.
Yeah. My subscribers are seeming to liking more of the episodes. So it seems like that.
Yeah. You metatites are failing.
Not metatites.
Try harder, metatites.
I don't know. I just don't promote it in videos. I just put it in the community tab, which is good because there's some people that say sister brother channels shouldn't be close like that. Mm-hmm. They should have their own individual audiences or something. But that's a whole different YouTube analyzation question for another day. But I don't know. That's all I got on my plate. So, any final words or final thoughts you want to put in the episode that you might want to leave in?
Not much other than I'll try to bring more spooky stuff to the table for
you got to bring that rock season or whatever. You gotta find her. Serenity definitely.
Totally oblivious audience. I need you.
They're not gonna do shit. Sit down.
Where's my Uncle Sam hat? I want you to scour the internet and find the fairy rock people. I just know they're called fairy. I don't know. I don't remember the rest of it, but it's fairy something.
You can just ask Serenity. She probably knows.
She doesn't know. She doesn't even have a rock.
That you know of?
That I know of.
We can ask her. She's a rock girl.
Do you like rocks?
Do you like rocks? I like diamonds. It's probably going to say that. I guarantee you. But that's about it for me.
Rocks. Yeah. So spooky season. We're here.
Next episode might be a little bit more spookier. We can start asking.
This was like an ad-libby. Ad-libby? This is just we're just talking about our fears.
Yeah.
And Alex's existential crisis part 6, I guess. He has one like every few episodes.
Hey, that fucking Black Mirror episode fucked me up, bro. Holy shit. Anyway,
I'll have to watch those. There's so many good horror shows.
One of those episodes is really fucked where it's like a guy, spoilers here, is at one point, there's a guy that's yeeting it off. He's somebody finds him like and it's like he's blackmailing him, and a plot twist at the end of the episode, it turns out he was yeeting it off to CP, and that's like oh shit, maybe the hacker was right, you fucking scumbag. So I'm like, oh shit. Yeah. But even then it's like a double negative. It's all like sure, but like why'd you hack him in the first place?
True.
But it's really bad.
Honestly, I think
Black Mirror is good. Watch it.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna get more into some horror shows and stuff.
I heard Dexter's good, but it's like really weird.
I'm not much a fan of those kinds of shows, but
Dayton liked it.
When they're creative, like I'll enjoy it. But like I don't think I could ever get into Breaking Bad or Dexter or stuff.
I think
like
eventually one day I'll break and I'll watch Breaking Bad.
Better Call. It's just memes at this point. I can't watch it. It's been ruined beyond comprehension.
I can't look at the scene where fucking Walter goes.
He falls down and
to the ground without fucking thinking of the meme.
Yeah.
I really can't.
The internet ruins everything.
They really do, bro.
But yeah, I'll try to bring spooky stuff to the table. We'll have a big Halloween episode.
Do I have to dress up? Oh,
yes,
I do have to because I told you I'll get the
Halloween.
Akatsuki outfit.
Yes.
I have to.
We're going to dress up for Halloween. I might dress up for a few episodes before Halloween.
What are you, weird?
We'll see.
You're the weird kid trying to dress up. Remember those kids in high school that would dress up on fucking random days of the week?
Those were called furries, Alex.
I think there were a few in that group, but no. They would just be like, they dress up as like random thing. Might have been for theater.
I mean, do what you want. I mean, honestly, the fact that we aren't dressing like Cloud Strife in everyday life is something that society's done wrong.
Is it a real Buster Sword or a replica?
Oh, you got a real Buster Sword.
Dude, you were not going to be able to. You were literally going to topple backwards. You're going to literally turtle
Depends
yourself.
on what it's made out of.
I think. Oh, okay. Maybe if it was made of like brass or something,
Or like a they
thin
have
brass.
magic powers in that. I mean, the fact that he's lifting up a giant sword should be the least of your worries. The fact that he's able to summon demons and
Cloud can summon demons?
Yeah. You summon Bahamut and the Knights of the Round Table.
How does that even work? Like that's what I tried to figure out when I was like looking into Final Fantasy. What the fuck is that power system?
You
just summon random shit?
See,
like they're fucking stands?
That's what I'm telling you. Is the Buster Sword's the least of your problems.
Final Fantasy is weird. It truly is.
A robot cat can do a lottery and kill God in Final Fantasy 7.
Curious.
Yep. But yeah, that's it for this episode, I guess.
I'm gonna get Wendy's.
We're gonna have a guest next episode. Bring up spooky stuff. Spooky stuff all month. Spooky season. Everyone's favorite season. So like, comment, and subscribe. Let's get to 100. Stay hydrated, I guess. Me and Alex are drinking a lot of water this episode.
I had so much water yesterday too. I pissed for like a minute straight today. That's been also. So here's another thing. Okay, before the episode ends, on top of weird Twitter trends that were showing up on my timeline, apparently a lot of dudes were talking about piss shivers and how they feel good afterwards. It's been a very long time since I had a piss shiver, and I peed for like a minute straight today. I was like, wow, and I shivered. And I was like, huh, felt pretty good after a while. I haven't done that in a bit. This is a weird thing that showed up on my timeline. Thought I'd mention it. Make your day a little bit better. Yeah.
Man, Alex, that's so cool that you bring that up. I'm so happy for you. Oh man, let me bring it up for you.
What was the? Are you gonna? Which one are you bringing up?
Do I not have it? Oh, I don't.
Which one are you trying to do? Which one's that one?
Go.
Is that the clapping one?
No, that's sad trombone.
Oh no, it was just something on my timeline yesterday. It was like a full-on discussion. It was really weird.
Your timeline is weird.
Apparently, funny enough, talking about Jen, apparently hers was just raging homosexuality. It was really funny.
That's all I keep seeing her like.
Yeah, it was super funny.
Oh, Jen. I hope you're enjoying.
Being guys is weird.
I hope you're enjoying your new job, Jen.
Yeah, apparently it's at some convenience store. So
I hope it treats you well.
I hope it does.
Anyways.
Also, she walks late at night. She told me that.
Terrifying.
But it's only like a 2-minute walk though. So I'm all
speaking of fears this episode, that's terrifying. Especially for a little Jen.
We need to end the episode now. we said like the ending twice.
Peace out, guys.
There you go.